Hey everyone, James Moore here. This is my persuasive speech for public speaking. Hope y'all are persuaded and learn something new. According to UNOS.com, or the United Network for Organ Sharing, every 10 minutes someone is added to the National Transplant Waiting List. On average, 20 people die each day while waiting for a transplant. Today's problem with donating organs is that there are not enough people who would donate the organs to just anyone, or people who are passing away leaving their organs for a transplant. There is a possible solution to the shortage of organs available to people in need of a transplant. The solution is legalizing the sale of healthy human organs. The main points that should be taken into consideration when determining whether or not to legalize this are that it is already partially legal, people can make side money, and it would save many lives. So for the first main point, it is already partially legal. While you cannot get rich off of them, you can sell some of your body parts. Some of these body parts that can be legitimately sold for money include sperm, plasma, hair, eggs, and more. The amount of money that can be sold for is listed on businessinsider.com. Some of the prices include male sperm, which can be sold for around $125 per sample. Plasma can be between $25 to $50, and female eggs can go for as much as $8,000. Oddly enough, people are even selling the rights to their skin, which is then tattooed on for advertising. I read on the website popsugar.com that a woman sold the rights to the skin on her forehead by auctioning it off on eBay for $10,000, and the company who bought it tattooed their logo on her forehead. All of these body parts are parts that we can live without, so why should we not be allowed to donate or sell the organs that we can live without? There are many different organs that we do not really need to live, including your spleen, stomach, reproductive organs, a lung, and a kidney. While you do not necessarily need them to live, most of them are still important to have because they make life easier. So for the second main point, extra money. Who doesn't like an opportunity to make a little extra money? Different types of organs and tissues can already be donated, but not sold. While there is no regulated market in the United States, popscience.com says that in India, a kidney fetches around $20,000. In China, buyers will pay as much as $40,000. And a good, healthy kidney from Israel goes for about $160,000. If a person is of an age that is responsible enough to give consent and make the decision for themselves, they should be legally allowed to do so. At times, some people are not as fortunate to make a decision like this on their own. Instead, they are forced to and receive nothing in return, sometimes not even their life. All over the world, people of all different ages are taken from their homes and families for their body parts to be put up for sale. This kidnapping and selling of people's organs is also known as organ harvesting. Whenever the kidnapper comes into possession of these harvested organs, they are typically sold on the black market, which is an illegal trafficking of officially controlled commodities. While it will not eliminate human trafficking, the legalizing of sale of human organs will play a role in reducing the number of people that are kidnapped for the sale of their organs. This process is pure torture to people, and an action needs to be taken to stop it. So for the third main point, it saves lives. People are constantly losing their life due to organ failure while on a waiting list for a transplant. By giving people an opportunity to sell their organs, they will find it a lot easier to get rid or sell or give up the organs that they need so desperate that they don't need. It may come at a price, but many people would be willing to pay if it means extra years on their life. People spend weeks, months, or even years on lists waiting for a donor. But if they can spend the money to buy an organ that they need so desperately to live, they gain back years on their life that could have been spent just waiting for a donor. An example, a healthy lung is usually taken from a deceased organ donor. The person receiving the lung could have been waiting for a transplant from a donor for a very long time. This process could have been sped up by allowing the person in need to buy someone else's healthy lung that's willing to sell it. A lung transplant is a risky thing to do. However, if both parties reach an agreement to do so, it is their right to follow through. Another organ that people often donate is the liver. According to NYU-Langone.org, liver donors provide part of the liver to a recipient. The livers of both the donor and recipient grow back to a full size approximately 3 months after surgery. So, regrowth of the liver should be taken into consideration when making a decision on this matter. In conclusion, money should not be the driving force for so many people nowadays. However, if someone is fortunate enough to have the ability to buy something to save their life, they should be given the right to do so. Since the buyer is using their money to buy the organ, they have the right to turn down it. Or if a specialist says it is not good enough for their body, or they have any hesitation in general, they have the right to say no. It may seem unfair to the ones who aren't as fortunate enough to buy this or have the money to do it, but they will still have the same right as before, which is waiting for a donor or transplant from a deceased person. By legalizing the consent and sale of human organs that still allows the donor to live, people get a chance to provide money to a family or do whatever they need the money for. The ability to donate organs to family, friends, and friends of friends is still there, but there needs to be another way to fight for life. Thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed and learned something.